This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Sunday. I'm Tim Gordon. This morning on Sunrise, it's been 1 week since the deadly shooting inside Legacy Good Samaritan Hospital. With employees asking for stronger safety measures, the hospital is making changes. Plus, a new trail for visitors. Silver Falls expands just in time for summer day trippers. Day trippers, yeah! Oh, let's get over to day tripper Daisy Caballero for a look at our Sunday forecast. Daisy.
Hey, good morning, Tim. And yeah, good morning to all of our viewers. If you're wanting to go out and enjoy Mother Nature, it's going to be a beautiful day to do so. Let me just step off the screen so you can see this beautiful sunrise. It is 60 degrees here in the Rose City. Those winds are fairly calm for the time being. They will gust up, and we'll talk more about that in my full forecast. But as we're looking at our satellite and radar, we are actually seeing some clouds kind of push through the valley. And while we're not seeing a lot of activity in our sky, folks over east are actually seeing some passing light showers, potentially lasting for the next few hours or the better part of the early morning hours. Looking at our current conditions right now, 52 in Hillsborough, 50 in Forest Grove. And as we're looking more widespread, 63 in the Dalles and 53 over in Baker City. As we're looking at our day planner for today, we will be warming up into those low 70s by noon, low 80s by 5 o'clock, but we have a lot more to talk about, including a red flag warning and an air quality advisory.
All right, Daisy, thanks a lot. We'll see you soon. Well, new this morning, Portland police are searching for the driver responsible for a hit-and-run crash that left a pedestrian dead. This was the scene overnight along Northeast Gleason at 60th Avenue. Officers responded to the scene just after 12:15, finding a man dead on the road there. Investigators say the driver left the scene. If you have any information, you're asked to call Portland Police. Well, it's been 1 week since a security guard was shot and killed inside a Portland hospital. Employees at Legacy Good Samaritan Medical Center were planning to protest last night, demanding action, but Legacy health leaders sent out a letter before the protest detailing their plans to improve security. Art Edwards has a look at that plan and how.
Dozens of healthcare workers, family and friends carried signs and marched outside of Legacy Good Samaritan Hospital in Northwest Portland, at times getting the support of people driving by. This comes a week after Legacy security guard Bobby Smallwood was shot and killed outside the hospital's birthing center. The protesters say things are different now.
It's very somber, the way people are feeling, and definitely we're all on edge. We're certainly more aware of the level of violence that we're putting ourselves at risk of.
The protesting workers called for better security at Legacy Health locations.
We've certainly given our opinion for many years. We've requested lots of safety measures. It just shouldn't take someone dying at work to be heard and taken seriously.
A little more than an hour before the protest started, Legacy officials released a letter. Legacy plans to do 3 things right away. They'll install metal detectors at all Legacy hospitals, search bags, install bullet slow film on main entries and internal entries, and equip lead security officers with tasers. Other officers will be issued tasers when they complete training and certification. Additional security measures will be looked at in the coming months. The letter went on to thank people for their patience and support as Legacy Health tries to harness grief into action. Workers outside the hospital are not sure the measures will go far enough, and they are still reeling after the events of a week ago.
I know that it shook us all up. It's like all the trauma that came with this for everyone was so mind-boggling.
As they mourn the loss of Bobby Smallwood, they praise the efforts of the security guards who work at Legacy Health facilities. Art Edwards, KGW News.
Well, Seattle police are looking for 2 suspects in a mass shooting in a Safeway parking lot. This was the scene Friday night after 5 people were hit. Fortunately, no one died, but 2 victims are still in the hospital. Investigators say at least 2 suspects fired dozens of shots into that crowd. Sadly, the group had gathered for a weekly community event that's billed as a deterrent to violence. Seattle police don't have a description of the suspects. A Portland family is mourning the loss of a mother who was shot and killed Wednesday night. It happened in the Powellhurst-Gilbert neighborhood. Thomas Schultz talked with her family. They are understandably in shock this morning.
She would always be the first one on the dance floor.
Arlith Pacheco and the rest of her family still can't believe Laura Guerrero Rafaela is gone. Family members say Guerrero Rafaela would treat her nieces and nephews like her own children. She even began taking care of one of her nephews, raising him like her own son. To Pacheco, her aunt's death seems like a bad dream.
Here's my aunt, and my cousin.
She says Guerrero Rafaela used to talk about her death, urging her family not to cry when she was gone.
I don't know if she said it just like as a joke, but we never thought she was actually gonna be taken from us in such a horrible way.
Shot 4 times and killed. Pacheco says security footage shows Guerrero Rafaela was shot 3 times before the gunman stepped even closer, before firing a 4th bullet.
All this family is hurt.
Now, all they ask is for justice.
This person that did this to her, it shouldn't be out there.
Family members say they know the person who shot Guerrero Rafaela, but they say police told them they don't yet have enough evidence to charge anyone.
It's not fair to my family to know that the guy who killed her is still running around.
Now Pacheco just has this book.
Me and my aunt.
Filled with pictures from her quinceañera and memories of her aunt.
We're just in shock. We can't believe that she's actually gone.
So sad. Well, Portland has now had 50 homicides already this year. 43 of those cases have been shootings. We're now hearing from the mother of Elijah Guffey Prejean, the 19-year-old man who was tackled and tased by 2 Vancouver police officers. They arrested him for allegedly shoplifting from an East Vancouver Walmart. Body cam footage of the May 21st incident was released this week after Officer Andrea Mendoza was charged with 4th-degree assault. Before she and her partner could get Guffey Prejean in handcuffs, he punched one of them in the face and kicked the other in the chest. After wrestling him to the ground, Officer Mendoza tased him in the back, then pulled down his pants and threatened to do the same to his genitals. His mother says he was profiled because of his race.
I guess you just don't think it's going to be your child. You see it on the news everywhere, and you just think, oh my gosh, what would I do if that was my child? And right now, 3 months later, just finding out that this is what happened, I'm very angry. I'm very hurt.
Officer Mendoza is on administrative leave. Guffey Prejean is no longer facing charges for what happened. However, he is still behind bars after pleading guilty on an unrelated assault charge. Well, good news from the fire lines. The Newell Road fire burning in eastern Klickitat County is finally 100% contained. The fire burned about 60,000 acres and destroyed some structures, but the exact number has not been determined yet. Local crews will continue to monitor the area for any flare-ups there. However, in Lane County, the bedrock fire continues in the Willamette National Forest. It's burned about 1,000 acres a day this week, now up to more than 9,000 acres. More than 500 people are working the fire, yet there's still zero containment. The Forest Service has closed all lands, roads, trails, and campgrounds near that fire. Meantime, we're seeing changes at one of the state's biggest tourist attractions, Silver Falls. Oregon Parks and Recreation says they've expanded the trail to get hikers a different view of the park. We got a look at the North Rim Trail, a half-mile trail connection that overlooks North Falls, a perspective that park rangers say is totally worth the hike.
We're trying to spread out the usage around the park a little bit and create new experiences for people here on the north end of the park. I just encourage people to come out, especially if you can come on a weekday. We always encourage people to visit on weekdays. It'll be a little less busy here.
Right now, the falls get more than 1.5 million people each year. A lot of people like to go out there and check it out. So to prepare for more visitors coming in, park rangers say they've also added a dozen picnic tables and 59 new parking spots.